Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tamam's Cooking. Today, I'm going to be sharing this delicious recipe for green beans. And for some reason, my camera recorded it in picture mode in the beginning, but it's going to get better as we start the video, so I do apologize. So I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can because, even though I was talking in those pictures, it just wasn't recording. So what I did here is I cut the green beans on the side, so I took the sides off and I trimmed them and I cut them into little pieces of green beans. And you also want to make sure that your green beans have been washed and cleaned. And I also washed and cleaned my chicken. As usually, I wash my chicken with salt, vinegar, and lemon water to get it nice and clean and prepped for cooking. And over here, I got my spices ready. The spices I used here are a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of white pepper, 1/2 tablespoon of cumin, half a tablespoon of seven spice, half a tablespoon of beef bouillon powder, 1 tablespoon of tomato bouillon powder, 3 pieces of cardamom, 1 whole bay leaf, 1 tablespoon of paprika, and you want to use salt to taste. 2 whole onions, we're going to cut and dice those. 2 cloves of garlic. This is all I have actually. I usually use more, so you can go ahead and use more. A drizzle of vegetable oil. I use about 1 tablespoon. 1 cup of tomato paste. And I am also prepping my rice now. So I used 1 bowl of dried rice, and I usually let that soak until I get ready to cook it for maybe about a half an hour. And it also depends on the brand of rice that you are using. And as far as the spices for my rice, I am using 1 whole cinnamon stick, 3 cloves, 3 pieces of cardamom, 1 tablespoon of bouillon powder, salt to taste, and I'm also adding some vermicelli noodles. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by browning my onions. And now that my onions have sauteed for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken. And I'm going to go ahead and add in all my spices. You can just see this beautiful color. I'm going to be adding a 1/4 cup of boiling hot water. And we're going to cover this chicken and let it cook. And as you guys can see here, my chicken is about 80% cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my green beans. And we're going to let this cook some more. And I'm just sharing a quick tip here. If you ever decide to freeze your green beans and just have them ready for the next time you make them, you basically cut them, dice them, clean them, and whatever. And then you boil them with hot water until they are fully cooked. And then you just remove the water, put them in freezer bags, and you freeze them for the next time that you're ready to cook it. So here, as you can see, I'm going to cook it pretty much until it's fully cooked before adding my tomato, because once you add your tomato, it doesn't cook as well. So we're going to let this cook. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this and let it cook until it's fully cooked before adding my tomato paste. And I'm adding about 5 cups of boiling hot water onto my paste. And just give it a nice mix. And we're going to go ahead and add it in. And we're going to let this cook until all of the ingredients are well combined. And also I have not added salt yet, so I'm going to do that right now. And of course I'm adding, and I just added about a tablespoon of salt. And now that my green beans are nearing the end, I'm gonna go ahead and cook my rice. I'm adding my noodles here, and I've already drizzled some oil. Toss your noodles around. You can see I've got it nice and browned here. I'm gonna go ahead and add my rice. Combine it. And once it's well combined, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my spices. And the boiling hot water. And usually for each 1 bowl of rice, I use 2 of water, but since I have noodles here, I also added a half a cup. So it's 2.5 bowls, not cups, of hot water onto the rice. And we're gonna let this cook. Now, I know many of you are probably rice experts here, but I'm gonna share this just in case. So I don't cover my rice until the water and the rice are pretty much the same level. And the rice I'm using here is the long grain basmati rice. So now that it's at the same level, I'm gonna go ahead and turn down my heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover this and let this cook for about 10 minutes. Now I've moved my rice out the way over here while it cooks. And over here I am browning my garlic. So I've added a little bit of ghee butter, about 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm gonna go ahead and brown my garlic. And here you can see my tomato paste is well combined. So this is a good time to add in our browned garlic. So once this browns, I'm gonna go ahead and add it into here. And my camera caught me off, but I just added in the garlic. And I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 more minutes before turning it off. And you guys, all is finished cooking. That's one. And this delicious rice is also finished cooking, so it's time to serve the food. And my favorite way to eat this is I serve the rice on the side and the beans here. And you add your beans onto your rice. And this is it, you guys. This actually turned out really good. I want to thank everyone for the support. And if you do like these recipes, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And I do appreciate all the support on the channel. I will see you guys in the next video.